Hey guys, how are you? Welcome to today's video. If you are new here, my name is Melissa. I am a mixed media artist amongst many other things. On this channel, I like to share a lot of my process and things like that. I do dabble in oils, watercolors. Today we're going to be working in acrylics. A little nervous about that, but yeah, just all different things. So if you're into that sort of thing, stick around. So today I am going to be working on some hand-painted ornaments. I have a holiday market coming up in about a month, so quite a bit of time to prepare, but I also have a lot to do. So it is a 2-day event, so I need to make sure I'm fully stocked, and I'm hoping it's going to be good, so we need to be prepared. So I've had this thought for a little while now. I think I mentioned it in one of my previous videos when I actually purchased the items to do this, but I have some things here. I've got these wooden, I've already drilled holes in all of them. I did work on that just the other day. I thought I was going to sit down to start painting these, but I did not get a chance to do that. So I have that. I have some raw edge ribbon. I have two colors. I have pink and I have green, and they are so pretty. I loved the raw edge of them. So at the end, we're going to be putting these through so you can hang them up. And I'm not going to make them too Christmassy. I kind of wanted them to be an ornament. They could be for a Christmas tree or something like that, but I also thought it would be kind of cute to hang them just on a regular basis, right? Have like little wall decor. So we are going to give it a go. I did get the small circles. I hope they're not too small. I don't think they're too small. I think they're just what I was wanting, but the next size was like too big almost, so I didn't want to go with that. I chanced it with the smaller ones, and now that I'm thinking about it, I was supposed to open one package, see how it went, and then open the other package, but I've already drilled holes in all of them, so we are going to make these work. So I have been kind of putting this off. I don't know why. I've been wanting to sit down and do this, but I've been a little intimidated. I think it's because I'm going to use acrylic. I don't always get along with acrylic, but I don't know, that's not true. I don't always feel the most comfortable painting in acrylic, and I don't know why, because when I started painting, I learned how to paint with acrylics, so it's kind of silly, I guess, but I don't know. And I think also I have this vision in my head of how like pretty these could be, and I'm just nervous that they won't come out how I'm hoping they're going to come out. So we're going to start with one today. We are going to paint a little scene on this one here and give it a go, and hopefully they come out really cute. If not, I'm gonna share it with you guys anyway. Because you know, that's the reality, is not everything comes out nice, or not everything comes out how you're hoping. For example, just a quick side note, I have this painting over here that I started filming it in another video, and I don't know, I'm just not, it's not bad by any means, but it's just, I don't know, there's something that made me want to stop, and I think I'll get back to it in the future, but for now, I don't know. I feel like I don't know where to go with it. I don't know how to continue. I mean, I do, but you know what I mean? I don't know. If you paint, you might understand, but I painted, and then I kind of was hoping for a different style or look to it, and it's literally only like 2 flowers out of, I don't even know. It's literally only like 2 flowers out of 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, out of 6. So there's a long way to go on here, and I know I always say like don't stop if you don't like it in the beginning, because usually in the end you're gonna get a good result. Like finish it, go all the way through, and then decide you don't like it, because you never know. There's a lot of painting still to happen here. So I'm not going to say I'm giving up on it, but I am going to say I'm setting her aside for a little while. But anyways, that's not what we're here to do today, or talk about. We are going to start painting. So I'm going to gather my acrylic paints, find some brushes, because I have separate brushes for all of my different paints, and get set up, and we will give it a go. So I am going to talk through this. I don't know if I will use this audio, but I'm going to start off by making a little bit of a sky. And my goal here today is to make like a little just field of flowers. I'm trying to keep it simple. Like I said, I've been a little bit intimidated by this project to begin with, so we're going to try and keep it simple. So I just want a little bit of light in the back for the sky, and then down here we'll make our little field. I'm trying to lay this on kind of thick. I just kind of want like one layer back here, just because the focus is not really going to be there. And like I said, I'm using my acrylic paints today. I don't paint too often with my acrylics. I've actually been debating using my acrylic wash paint to do this, just because I'm more comfortable with it, even though I would have to use it in the exact same way. But I don't know that that's a good idea to paint on wood with a type of gouache. So we're not doing that. But I think this will be fine. I don't know why. I think because I need to do it, that it's intimidating me, and I need them to come out good because obviously I want to sell them at my market, and I'm very much, if I'm not 100% satisfied, I'm not going to put it out on my table, even though I have learned that in business you can't always wait for perfection. Product over perfection is sometimes a good thing, but I don't know. When it comes to my art, I think because I'm not insecure about my art, but I guess kind of like, I don't know, it's hard to know that someone's going to come over and judge your artwork, you know? And that's okay. Not everyone has to like what you do. Okay, I definitely thought phthalo green was a bit of a darker green, right? Like it looks darker on here. Can you see that? It looks darker on the tube, but it came out like this really bright color, so I'm not going to use the phthalo green. Off to a good start. Though I could darken it up. You know what? Let's try it. We could always go over it. Let's take a risk. We're in this together, right? So I'm going to try to darken it up a little bit. It's just so bright, but it feels very blue to me now. I don't know. It's just the background color. And oh no, actually, I kind of like this. Maybe a little more Payne's gray. I've never talked through a painting video before, so hopefully I don't sound too chaotic. Nor have I ever like talked through while I was painting. The wood is actually really soaking up the paint, so I need to really get it on there. I'm trying to keep the circle, the outer circle, so you can still see that natural wood coming through. And I'm not looking for these to be like perfect looking pieces. I want them to look a little rough and natural. Is natural the right word? I'm not sure. It's not natural, it's painted wood, but you know what I mean. I'm hoping this angle is okay also. I'm trying to film on my phone. I usually film videos on my phone, and I'm trying to film on my phone and film on my camera so I could make a reel as well. And hopefully this is okay. I'm using my good camera. I never really film on my good camera. I take photos on it all the time, but I never really film on it. I don't know why. I should. I have a good camera. It's what I should use. I think it's the tripod. I don't have a good tripod. My tripod is really, really old. It was my grandfather's. And gosh, I couldn't even tell you how old it is, but I got it from my grandfather like years and years and years and years ago. And I still like to use it. He's passed, so I like having a little something of his. And it works. It's missing a peg on one of the legs, and there's no real move. It's very clunky, but it does work when I need it to. I can make it work, but it's kind of lightweight. It's hard to use outside, and I can't get a lot of good angles, and it's very it's not totally even because one of the little pegs on the bottom is missing. All right, let's swap out for a smaller, bigger brush. Let's see if we add white to this color. I just don't like how bright green it is. I don't know why. I'm a very muted color kind of gal. All right, let's get some more green going in here. Some more movement. So I'm just kind of pulling the brush down a little bit to get movement. Again, I don't want perfect strokes, but I do want variations in the color and for it to look like a more natural, from a distance, field of grass. Oh my goodness, I really don't know if I will use this audio. I feel silly talking to the camera, but maybe this is good practice. Alright, as you can see, I have skipped ahead a little bit here. Sorry, my daughter actually came in, so I was talking to her, no longer talking to the camera, but I did continue to paint the grass. I basically just kept mixing different shades of this green, the phthalo green, with Payne's gray and white. I may have added a pinch of medium green at some points, and just kind of got different variations of green and used the same stroke motions to just kind of get some movement going on and just different areas, patches of greens, lights, and darks. So I did want to kind of just explain what I had done. I am trying to kind of walk you guys through my steps here with this video. And now, as you can see, I'm going to add in some flowers. I am starting off with yellow. I am using yellow ochre and just a little bit of white, and I'm just kind of mixing them a little bit different for each one, just so that they're not all exactly the same color, so you can kind of get the feel of the light touching them in different ways. And I am just doing some basic shapes for the flowers. I'm trying not to make them too detailed. I didn't want this to be a perfectly detailed painting, so we are just trying to get the basic shapes, and I'm trying to kind of pull the brush in different directions so it gives the effect of the flowers facing in different directions. And I'm going to try and make them different sizes so that you can kind of get the further away distant feel, and up close they are, or down towards the bottom, they are a little bit more up close. You can see towards the back here, or towards the sky rather, I am just kind of dabbing the brush a little bit and just trying to make some basic little shapes for little buds of flowers in the distance. I then mixed up some of my crimson with, again, a little bit of white and some of that yellow ochre to get a more peachy reddish color for some flowers, more pink going on. And I am just using the same basic idea, same process. I dab them a little bit towards the back to get a more distant feel, and now I'm going to add some into the front, again just creating some basic flower shapes, nothing too detailed going on. I hope this process video is helpful, or at least semi-interesting for you guys. I wasn't really sure. I was originally going to kind of talk you through my process as I'm doing, but I also thought like it might be too long or it might be too boring. Do you really want to hear how I make a brushstroke on my paintings? I'm not sure. So I figured I would try something a little different with this one and actually slow it down and make it something that you could even maybe paint along with me rather than speeding through the process and having a paint with me video when it really only lasts 10 minutes sped through, but the painting actually takes a good 25-30 plus minutes. I did cut out here and there where I'm cleaning my brush, or maybe I stop for a moment to let something dry because I'm not going to have a video playing through all of that, but I did kind of want to show actually how slow the painting process is, because painting with me, it is not just a sped through thing. And a lot of videos I'm sure that you see on YouTube, if you watch these kind of videos, the process is sped up a lot faster for the sake of the video, but I thought it might be useful to see how you are actually painting and not just kind of rushing through it. So I hope this is interesting for you guys. I never know like what to talk about in a video, so that's also another reason why I haven't done one like this. I really want to try and do like a live video, a live paint with me. I don't know if anybody would care to watch or actually paint along with me, but I thought it could be fun to do, just because again, this is, like I said, the speed through paint with me's are very short. So by the time you've watched the video, you've painted a tiny piece of your painting, but I've finished mine, so I thought it might be cool to do a live paint with me. But then also, again, it does take a while, so I don't know if that would be boring for anybody either. Let me know in the comments down below if you've even made it this far, and if that's something you think you'd be interested in joining in on, because I thought it could be cool and it could be fun. My other concern is that I have a 3-year-old and children, and not a lot of time at home to myself where it's quiet, and I have a high anxiety puggle who loves to bark, so I'm a little worried if I did a live video that she may interrupt and be obnoxious for viewers. So I'd have to see. I'm considering it though, or maybe I'll do it over on Instagram. Maybe that would be a good place to do. I'm not sure. Let me know your thoughts down below. Live paint with me, could that be cool? Maybe it could be. Okay, so getting back to the paint process here, I, as you can see, just made a few different colors for the flowers. I have spread them around my field. My thought was to do like a ton of flowers, but as I was painting this, I just kind of thought maybe having less would be more. I really liked the greens coming through, so I didn't go too crazy. But here I am adding in some white, and I'm just kind of circling the brush around, trying to get a look of a different type of flower. I didn't want them all to look the same. My thought with the white was kind of like a rosy kind of look, a more rounded flower. With the yellow, I was going for a more like daisied kind of look, and poppies when I was painting the red ones. I don't know why red poppies always comes to mind for me. And then I also added in some of those like more violet, purpley, littler flowers as well. So I wanted to have a variety of different colors and shapes and different types of flowers. And finally here you can see I'm just going in with a much smaller brush. I am back at my green color, and I'm just adding in a few little blades of grass that are just a little bit thinner, giving the grass a little bit more detail. And that's really it, you guys. I will show you the finished piece in just a moment, but I really like how this came out. I hope you guys enjoyed going through this whole process with me, and I hope this was helpful for you if you are learning how to paint or anything like that. But I am going to be putting a little ribbon on this. I'm going to spray it to seal it and then put a nice pretty ribbon on it, and that will be it. So I have a whole bunch of these to make. I'm hoping to film another one to put up here for you guys, but I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe, and let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, and I will see you next. Bye!